Hi, I'm Julie, and welcome back to Dragonfly Awakening of Colorado. And today I'm going to talk to you about doing the thing that scares you. When I say do the thing that scares you, I don't mean to go run out into the woods and hug a mountain lion. Some fear is there for a good reason. I'm talking about something you feel inspired to do, something exciting. You think about that thing and you think, OMG, it would be so cool if I could do that. And then you think a little more and a little more, and the worry sets in. And then you start coming up with excuses for why you can't do it. People get inspired to do so many things that they never end up doing. Sometimes they use the excuse of not having enough time and a myriad of other excuses. But at the end of the day, they're just afraid. What if I write a book and nobody reads it? Or worse, nobody likes it? What if I quit this crappy job only to start a new, even crappier job? What if everybody thinks my art or music is terrible? This is a bad idea. I better just stick with what I know and stay where I am. Maybe someday something will change that will finally allow me to do this thing. No. You are the change. Stop waiting. These exciting inspirations don't just come from nowhere. They're a call to action from your soul to finally start being who you came here to be. If you feel called to do something, it's because it's needed. The world needs you to share your gifts. When you're afraid of doing something you're inspired to do, that's a signal that deep down it really matters to you. That fear is also just your mind trying to protect you. Your mind says, I've seen you do new things before and bad things happened. You'll be safe if you just stay small. That's okay. Your mind is just doing what it's designed to do. But whether you know it or not, you're the master of your mind. You can train it to understand that the unknown isn't necessarily going to be this big, scary thing full of danger for you. How do you do that? By simply doing the thing you're inspired to do and showing your mind there was never anything to fear. There's a quote that's often attributed to Eleanor Roosevelt, and she inspired it, but apparently it was actually Mary Schmeek who said, do one thing every day that scares you. So much courage, resilience, and expansion comes from doing this. Lately, I do something that's scary for me every single day. Making these YouTube videos, this is scary for me. I've been working from home since 2016, and let me tell you, that does something to you socially. Putting myself on display like this, that's scary for me. But I started getting pushed and pushed and pushed by my higher self and spirit guides, to the point of actually having severe pain in my knees and heels because I wasn't moving forward in the way that I was meant to. Yes, that happens. I was walking with a cane, and that's another thing to consider. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing and you refuse to listen to your inner guidance, your guides will have no choice but to hit you over the head with it. People get into accidents, develop autoimmune disorders, all kinds of physical ailments, all because on some level they won't listen to their inner guidance or won't allow their truth to come forward into the world. You really don't want to get to that point. Start listening. And like I said, now I do something scary every day. And guess how many bad things happen because of it? 0. But that also could depend on how you define a bad thing. Stay with me here. If you follow Bashar, you've likely heard him say that every single thing that happens to you is benefiting you in some way. You may not see the benefit immediately, but it's there. Life is always happening for you, not to you. Instead of defining experiences as good or bad, just think to yourself, that's interesting. I wonder how I'll benefit from that. Here's the reason I say this. If you really start facing your fears, living authentically, and doing what you feel called to do, you may lose some people in your life. Actually, you're pretty likely to lose some people. If you have been hiding your light under a bushel for your entire life and suddenly you decide you're not going to do that anymore, some people in your life aren't going to like that. They'll say, "Where'd my Julie go? She was so sweet and accommodating and now it seems like she doesn't give a crap what anyone thinks." Or, "I'm not comfortable with this change." Or, my favorite, "Julie, I really don't think you should do this. What if you fail? It will be so humiliating for you. I'm just trying to protect you here." The people who talk to you this way are the people who would only support the version of you that is willing to stay small. The version that wears a mask all the time. And have some compassion for them too, because they are also the people who are not living their truth either. Believe me, I know that it can be really hard to lose people you've been close to, but you have to release the need to please everyone. You have to release your hold on other people. If they're not aligned with your truth, the universe is going to remove them from your life eventually regardless. But don't worry, new people who support you as you really are will come. And think about it. Are you really willing to spend the rest of your entire life playing small, never doing anything that excites you, just doing what the people in your life expect you to do just so you don't lose them? Now that is something to be scared of. I spent most of my life being scared of even trying anything new, just because I was afraid I wouldn't be any good at it and people would judge me for it. Up until a few years ago, I had a very solid belief that I was a terrible artist. I discovered pyrography art probably 10 or so years ago and thought, wouldn't it be cool to try that? But I decided, no, what am I thinking? I'm a terrible artist. It wasn't until my now husband said, "How do you know you'll be bad at it? You have a desire to try it for a reason, just do it and see what happens." So I tried it, and I was surprised to find that I was actually pretty good at it. And man, did that open the floodgates. Now, whenever I feel inspired to try something, I just do it. And I can't tell you how liberating that is. So write that book. Maybe 1,000 people will hate it, but it ends up changing one person's life for the better. Then it was worth it. Maybe you only bring joy to one person with your art or music. Then it was worth it. As my husband, again, says to me often, your gifts are not for you. They're to be shared with the world. And if all you get out of sharing any of it is that it helped one person, then it was worth it. There's another quote that I'd like to share with you. It's probably my favorite quote of all time. This is by a man named Terence McKenna, who was actually born very near where I live now. And he said, "Nature loves courage. You make the commitment and nature will respond to that commitment by removing impossible obstacles. Dream the impossible dream and the world will not grind you under, it will lift you up." This is the trick. This is what all these teachers and philosophers who really counted, who really touched the alchemical gold, this is what they understood. This is the shamanic dance in the waterfall. This is how magic is done. By hurling yourself into the abyss and discovering it's a featherbed. The abyss is a featherbed. The reason you have dreams is so that they can be realized. Remember that what you seek is also seeking you. The unknown isn't something to fear, it's just new. So I'll leave you with that. For your own growth and for the good of this world that needs to see your light, go do the thing that scares you.